What's up, YouTube world? I'm OCS, and this is episode number 2 of Final Bell. First of all, I want to say rest in peace, Scott Westgarth. Fortunately, he passed away. He was a boxer, and he passed away after a fight. So my video today is going to be about the good and bad side of boxing, really. Obviously, these things happen in boxing, and when it happens, it brings the sport to a front and obviously puts it in a bad light. Now, it happens in boxing, but it also happens in other sports. But boxing is boxing. It is what it is, and the boxers know the dangers they're getting into, and they accept them. And controls and measures are brought in all the time. I remember back, Michael Watson got tragically put in hospital by Chris Eubank, and also Gerald McClellan and Nigel Benn. Obviously McClellan has ended up in a wheelchair, and back then they had virtually nothing in the way of safety or anything, and nowadays obviously they've got the ambulances on standby, the doctors and the paramedics, and it's a lot safer. It's never going to be safe because you've got two men trying to punch each other in the head. But all I'm going to say is obviously that's the bad side. That's what can happen, and nobody wants to ever see it happen. This is the thing. They don't. I mean, I want to pick up on what Tony Bellew said in his interview press conference with David Hay the other day. He said his wish first and foremost is that they both make it home safely to their families. You know, that was his wish in the first fight. That's his wish for this fight. And these two want to go at it like anything. I mean, they don't. Obviously, they just want to win. They don't want to put someone in hospital. It is a sport, but it's a danger of what can happen. And also, on boxing also does do a lot of good for children and adults in this world. Obviously, it's a way of keeping fit. I mean, there's not much people out there who are fitter than a boxer, let me tell you. What they put themselves through to get ready for a fight is they are in tip-top physical condition. They have to be, because their opponent will be. And a lot of boxers will say that boxing changed their life, or boxing saved their life, because you look back at even AJ, our number one British boxer, he wasn't travelling down the right path, shall we say. And he got in trouble with the police, but then he got into boxing, and it strained. Look at him now. He's an ambassador for this country, let alone the sport, the country. Everybody loves AJ. And that's down to boxing, because it does do a lot of good. It gives children discipline, and a lot of these children, they need that discipline at that age because they haven't got any, it sounds silly, but I think it calms them down because it gets them focused, and it does a lot of good in the communities. I mean, it's one of them sports you don't need a lot of money or anything fancy to start. You can just turn up at your boxing school, club, that's the one I was looking for, and you can start training basically. And there's a very, one thing I've always noticed about boxing clubs is they're a very tight-knit community, but they let anyone in, you know, and really helps and straightens these kids out and gives them a purpose in life. So, like I say, there's a good and bad side to boxing. Unfortunately, the bad side's been brought up this week, but let's not forget that the good it does as well. So that's about all I've got to say on that matter. So again, rest in peace, Scott. You will be missed. My condolences go out to your friends and family. I've been OCS, and until next time, boys and girls, be happy.